So today we're taking a look at Battlefield 2042 Zero Hour. This is Season 1 for the game. It's the first new content since the game released last November. I only played for a few hours the other day, and because of work and a busy weekend I haven't played much more. So I broke this up into what I thought were the most important and interesting things, with just like a nice compact summary if you want an overview of what's new. So we've got a new map called Exposure and a new operator called Liz, who's got a remote controlled rocket launcher. I do have some gameplay of which you'll see in a sec. So we've got two new stealth helicopters, Huron and Hannibal. I haven't had much time to try these out, so there'll be a short snippet here of me using the air to ground missiles that have a short delay. After firing one, you can still easily hit the second. A clip also here for 40mm cannon and entering stealth mode to drop an array of bombs, which can be quite handy. As I played on day one, and obviously didn't have any early access like some content creators did, I don't have any gameplay of these two new guns, but I'm close to the BSVM, so we'll have gameplay of that soon. So I'll just go over the details of them at the moment. The new marksman rifle, BSVM, looks a bit like the VSS from Bad Company 2, from anyone that's played that, or the AS Val from Modern Warfare. You can set it up like a DMR using a longer scope in semi-auto mode, which actually appears to be pretty effective from what we've seen. Likewise, in a more close range situation where you can whack a bigger mag on it and use a medium range, and then again put a smaller barrel on it or something and use it like an SMG, which again it seems to absolutely shred. Everyone I've come across has been using it. Then secondly, we have the Ghostmaker R10 crossbow. And when I first seen and heard about this, I thought, there's never been a good crossbow in any multiplayer games. Something like Modern Warfare, you use it purely to get the camos, Damascus and all that. After that, it went in the bin. It seems to work pretty well though from what I've seen, even though I'm not a massive fan of it and I'm probably never going to use it. I have seen other content creators use it and it seems to be pretty quick. It has 3 different types of bolts. The first bolt is an explosive one, which makes it a one-hit kill in a nutshell. You hit marker them, it sticks to them, blows them up. You've seen the same on Modern Warfare and Warzone. The second one's a quick bolt. It says it in the name. It's much quicker and easier to hit, and it's a one-hit headshot. Pretty much moves in a straight line, a bit like a hit scan at very close range, and I haven't actually seen or heard of anyone using a third bolt, so I haven't got a clue what that is. So there's also 2 new helicopters, which I briefly mentioned earlier, the Huron and Hannibal. They both have a stealth and an attack option. When in stealth, they can drop bombs, and I believe from so far, from what I've played, they can't be detected on the radar. For attack, there's a few options. I used a 40mm cannon as a primary and an air-to-ground missile for the secondary. That's what I'm using at the minute. There are a few other options on there like air-to-air missiles, which are going to obviously come in handy. And I think there's also a lighter minigun as your primary. And the passenger also comes equipped with a suppressed machine gun of some type, seems like another 40mm. Although these new helis might seem kind of overpowered at the moment, from first glance, the new Specialist Liz has a passive, which you can see enemy vehicles that have been damaged with a certain range, which you'll see in this clip again. Our gadget is the G84 rocket launcher, which is a guided missile. You start with 2, which regenerate over time. I think it's only a quick, short cooldown. I think it's about 30 odd seconds, and you get one back after another. And once you fire them, you guide them with your mouse or controller, and have a certain amount of fuel, so you can't fly them around willy-nilly. I think you get around 20-30 seconds. It doesn't seem super OP to get a one-hit kill on infantry. You have to hit them direct. There's pretty much no splash damage at all, and with stuff like tanks and helis, you're going to have to use quite a few of these, so you're going to need quite a few people using them. And then the new gadget is a smoke grenade launcher. You shoot the grenade and it splits into 3 shells, which then explode into smoke. And I'm going to quickly give you a overview of the battle pass, because to be honest, it's nothing great. So as you'll see, I'm not actually very far through the battle pass in a minute, as I just haven't had time to play it, which is a good thing in a way. Basically what you'll do is complete challenges. I think that's 5. You get 5 to do, and they're pretty easy to be honest, and they then have like a number next to them representing how many points you get, and for every 10 points you get a new tier. So luckily with this, unlike with Modern Warfare and Warzone, when everything was first coming out with battle passes, you had to just put time into the game. Nothing was based on skill or completing challenges, whereas this is. So that is where I've got to give this some credit. So when I said completing these battle pass tiers is easy, it really is. It's mainly stuff like earn XP, get kills, resupply your teammates, med up your teammates, basic stuff like that. Stuff that is really easy to do. So that is a good thing. There are 30 tiers, which are free, and then the next 70 are paid for. If you've got the Ultimate Edition of the game or something, then you get it included, which is what I got, because I was an idiot and paid 99 quid for the game originally. There's a few things, like a few eliminations, a few camos. You unlock both the helicopters level 10 and 11 on the Battle Pass, and you get a BSVM at tier 17, and you also get Liz at tier 4. With that being said, DICE has confirmed this Battle Pass is going to be 12 weeks long. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of gutted. I thought it was going to be a bit shorter because there isn't a whole lot in this. But all the other Battle Passes are also going to last 12 weeks. So our next Battle Pass is due on roughly the 1st of September or around that time. And then we'll get it then. Overall, it feels pretty underwhelming. I'm not very happy with it, if I'm honest. But, you know, you paid £99.99 for a game. You got to rinse it and you got to get your money's worth out of it. There are also a couple smaller things with Patch 1.0, which come out on the 6th of June. Nothing on this was really highlighted. There's nothing too big included in this update, Patch 1.0, but there are a few things like weapons receive an updated netcode to improve bullet registration, which we know was horrific when this game first came out, and it has sort of been sorted out and it's been getting better, but it's nice to know that they're still working on it. And multiple improvements to soldier gameplay, which will result in more smoother animations and movement. But to be honest, I've never really had an issue with anything like that. But hopefully this game seems like it's on the right track. A lot of people hated on this game, and rightly so. If you paid for it, a lot of people demanding refunds. I'm not surprised. With how Battlefield 4 released and how this is released, I mean, I'm not surprised. It sort of was only going to go in one direction. So I'm going to try and keep these videos short and sweet, just get straight to the point. I haven't got to try and long it out or anything past 8 minutes, but tomorrow I'm going to be making another video, basically going over the quickest way to unlock everything, whether it's attachments, camos, or like stuff for your helicopters, which I find the most important in vehicles, because when playing online and you try to spawn in, you're going to get in a heli, you're going to get sweated out by someone who's got everything unlocked, and then you're left with nothing, and then, you know, a sweaty helicopter player on your team is going to jump straight in there. You're going to be waiting around. You don't want to wait around, so I'm going to quickly go over the best way to unlock all of these attachments.